Most people think you need hundreds of acres, expensive machinery, and years of farming experience to actually live off your own land. But what if I told you that one single acre, properly managed, properly stocked, can produce enough food, fiber, and income to make you genuinely self-sufficient? Not partially, not almost, actually self-sufficient. The secret isn't the land. It never was. It's knowing exactly which animals to put on it. Because here's what most beginner homesteaders get wrong. They either overstock with animals that drain resources faster than they produce them, or they pick the wrong species entirely. And they end up with a hobby farm that costs more to run than a studio apartment in Manhattan. The animals on this list are different. Each one earns its place. Each one contributes to a system where waste from one creature becomes food or fertilizer for another, where labor compounds instead of multiplying, and where a single acre slowly transforms from empty grass into something that genuinely feeds a family. So let's go through all 11, and by the end, you're going to see exactly how these animals can work together as one living, breathing, producing machine. We start with chickens, and honestly, if you're only going to put one animal on your acre, this is the one. A small flock of 10 to 15 hens will produce somewhere between 8 and 12 eggs per day, depending on the breed and season. That's enough to feed a family, sell at the local market, or barter with neighbors. But eggs are just the beginning. Chickens are nature's pest control. They scratch through soil, consuming ticks, beetles, grubs, and fly larvae at a rate that would cost you real money in pesticides. Their manure is among the highest nitrogen organic fertilizers available, breaking down quickly and feeding your garden beds without burning roots. And at the end of their productive laying life, they become food themselves. There is almost no waste with a chicken. Feed costs are low, housing can be simple, and they integrate beautifully with nearly every other animal on this list. You can rotate them behind larger animals like goats or cattle, and they'll clean up parasites in the manure, breaking pest cycles naturally. On 1 acre, a well-managed chicken flock isn't just livestock, it's infrastructure. Now, right alongside chickens, you want to think seriously about rabbits. And I know, some people immediately think of rabbits as pets, which is exactly the mental shift that keeps a lot of homesteaders from unlocking one of the most efficient meat sources available. A single doe, a female rabbit, can produce up to 45 kilograms of meat per year. Do the math with 3 or 4 does and a buck, and you're looking at a consistent, high-protein meat supply that costs very little to maintain. Rabbits eat grass, hay, vegetable scraps, and garden trimmings. They reproduce quickly, they're quiet, and they require minimal space. Their manure is what farmers call a cold manure, meaning it doesn't need to be composted before applying directly to garden beds. You can drop rabbit droppings straight into a raised bed and watch your vegetables respond within weeks. On a small acre, rabbits are essentially a protein factory that runs on your garden waste. Moving on, and this is where things start to get interesting. Let's talk about ducks. Ducks are often overlooked in favor of chickens, and that's a mistake. While chickens scratch and can damage young seedlings, ducks forage differently. They waddle, they don't scratch, and they hunt slugs, snails, and water-loving pests with remarkable efficiency. If you have any low-lying areas, wet patches, or a small pond on your acre, ducks turn that liability into an asset. Duck eggs are richer than chicken eggs, valued by bakers, and often sell for a premium at farmers' markets. Muscovy ducks, in particular, are excellent meat birds. They're quiet. The females make a soft hissing sound rather than a loud quack. And they're exceptional foragers that dramatically reduce your feed bill. They also fertilize as they move, distributing manure evenly across pasture. Add ducks to chickens, and you've created a 2-species pest management system that covers ground and water-edge environments with zero chemical input. Next on the list, goats, specifically Nigerian dwarf or pygmy. Goats if your acre needs to stay compact, or a pair of standard dairy goats like Nubians or Alpine if you're ready to commit to daily milking. Here's why goats are transformative on a small property. A single dairy goat produces between 2 and 4 liters of milk per day. That milk can be consumed fresh, made into cheese, yogurt, kefir, or used in soap making, all of which carry real market value. Goats also clear brush, invasive plants, and overgrown areas that would cost you hours of manual labor or expensive machinery. They're browsers, not just grazers, meaning they eat the things most other animals leave behind. The challenge with goats, and you should know this going in, is containment. They are escape artists of the highest order. Fencing must be serious. But once your infrastructure is right, a pair of well-managed goats can supply your dairy needs, clear your land, and generate enough surplus to offset your entire animal feed budget. Now, let's bring in an animal that surprises most people when it appears on a self-sufficiency list: bees. A single hive on your acre does something no other animal on this list can do. It dramatically increases the productivity of everything else growing on your property. Pollination from even one managed hive can increase vegetable and fruit yields by 30 to 60%. That's not a small number. That's the difference between a garden that feeds your family and one that produces surplus to sell or preserve. On top of pollination, a healthy hive produces between 20 and 50 kilograms of honey per year. Honey doesn't spoil. It stores indefinitely. It has real caloric value, medicinal applications, and consistent demand at markets. Beeswax becomes candles, lip balm, wood polish, and waterproofing agent. Bees require relatively low labor once established, and their presence silently multiplies the output of your entire system. If you're serious about self-sufficiency, a hive isn't optional. It's foundational. Pigs are next, and here's where you need to think strategically rather than emotionally. 2 pigs raised from spring to late autumn on a combination of forage, garden waste, kitchen scraps, and supplemental grain will produce enough pork to feed a family for most of the year. Pigs are not permanent residents on a small acre. They're a seasonal tool. You rotate them through areas you want cleared and tilled. They root, they fertilize, they destroy weed patches, and they eat virtually everything. 2 pigs on a quarter-acre section for a few months will leave that ground broken, fertilized, and ready for planting. Then you harvest in autumn, take a break over winter, and repeat the following year. The mistake people make is keeping pigs permanently in one area. That becomes a mud pit. Used rotationally, pigs are one of the most productive land clearing and food-producing assets available to the small-scale homesteader. Let's talk about guinea fowl, because these birds deserve far more attention than they typically receive. Guinea fowl are loud. Let's just acknowledge that immediately. But they are arguably the best tick and insect control animal in existence. In areas where Lyme disease is a concern, a flock of guinea fowl can reduce tick populations on a property by over 90% within a single season. They free-range widely, they're low maintenance, and they eat insects that chickens ignore. They also serve as a living alarm system, alerting you to predators, strangers, and anything unusual on the property. Their meat is lean and flavorful. Their eggs are edible though small, and their presence protects the health of every other animal on your acre by suppressing the parasite load in your environment. They're not the easiest bird to manage, but as a functional member of a multi-species system, they earn their place completely. Now, sheep. On 1 acre, you're not running a flock. You're running 2 or 3 animals, carefully managed. But even at that scale, Sheep deliver multiple income and resource streams. Wool can be sold raw, spun, or felted. Lamb meat is premium priced and in consistent demand. Sheep milk, particularly from East Frisian or Lacan breeds, produces a rich, high-fat milk ideal for artisan cheese. And like all grazing animals, sheep convert grass into fertility, returning nutrients to your pasture through their manure. Rotational grazing with sheep, moving them in a pattern across your acre, prevents overgrazing while stimulating pasture regrowth. Used in rotation alongside other animals, sheep help maintain your land's carrying capacity rather than depleting it. On a carefully managed acre, 2 or 3 sheep can provide fiber, meat, or dairy depending on your breed choice, without overwhelming your pasture. Here's one that catches people off guard. Quail. Coturnix quail are among the most space-efficient protein sources in the animal kingdom. They reach maturity in just 6 to 8 weeks. A pair begins laying around that same time, and the female will produce nearly an egg per day. Quail eggs are nutritionally dense, considered a delicacy in many markets, and command prices 3 to 4 times higher per unit than standard chicken eggs. A small quail operation, 50 birds, can fit in a space the size of a garden shed, consume minimal feed, and produce both eggs and meat on a continuous cycle. They're quiet enough to keep in suburban areas. They have low disease susceptibility compared to larger poultry, and they integrate into a homestead system as a high-value, low-footprint income stream. If you want to maximize the productivity of every square meter of your 1 acre, quail give you one of the best returns available. Turkeys are often thought of as a single-purpose Thanksgiving animal, but on a self-sustaining acre, they serve year-round functions. Heritage breed turkeys, Bourbon Reds, Narragansetts, Black Spanish, are excellent foragers, ranging widely and consuming enormous quantities of insects, grass, and waste grain. A small group of 4 to 6 birds will produce significant meat yields at harvest, but throughout the year, they're working your land, suppressing pests, and producing large volume manure that feeds your compost system. Heritage turkeys are also capable of natural reproduction, meaning once you have a breeding pair, you're no longer purchasing birds annually. They're more self-sufficient than commercial breeds, better adapted to outdoor living, and each bird at harvest represents a substantial quantity of food. Managed well alongside chickens and guinea fowl, turkeys complete a foraging trio that covers your acre from soil level to brush height. And the 11th animal on this list brings everything together in a way that might surprise you. The humble earthworm. Not wild earthworms, a managed vermicomposting system. The manure from every other animal on this list, the vegetable scraps, the spoiled bedding, the garden waste. All of it feeds a worm bin. Red wigglers process organic waste at extraordinary speed, converting it into vermicompost, widely considered the most nutritionally complete soil amendment available. That compost feeds your garden, which feeds your animals, which produces waste that feeds your worms. This is the closed loop that turns 1 acre from a collection of individual animals into a genuine system. And beyond compost, worms are protein. They can be fed live to chickens, ducks, and quail, reducing your purchased feed costs significantly. A well-managed worm system is not glamorous, but it is the metabolic engine that keeps the entire 1 acre ecosystem running. What makes all of this work, what separates a productive, self-sustaining acre from an expensive hobby, is the integration. These 11 animals aren't meant to live in isolation from each other. The chickens follow the goats, the ducks work the wet margins, the pigs rotate through the clearing zones, the bees pollinate everything, the worms process what remains. Each animal's output becomes another animal's input. Waste disappears. Labor compounds, and the acre, that single, ordinary acre, slowly becomes something extraordinary. Not because the land changed, but because you finally understood what to put on it.